You bought a ticket from Zagreb to Berlin for just 9 euros and 99 cents. The flight lasts exactly 2 hours, yet you pay 10 times less than you would for a bus ticket. How is that possible? Who's are really paying whom here? You paying them or them paying you? Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miro. Today we're going to talk about flight ticket prices and how it's even possible for airlines to sell tickets for just 7 euros, 10 euros or 15 euros. And for those of you who haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell and leave a like on this video to show your support. In today's video, we'll talk about a topic many of you are probably curious about. How do airlines like Ryanair, Wizz Air or easyJet manage to sell tickets for 7 euros 99 cents, 9 euros 99 cents, or to put it simply, at unbelievably low prices? Low-cost airlines operate on a very simple principle. If something isn't essential, it doesn't need to be there. Let's start with aircraft savings. Low-cost carriers buy only brand new aircraft. After the 9/11 attacks, the aviation industry went into crisis, which caused aircraft prices to drop significantly. At that time, nobody was buying airplanes, not Lufthansa, not Air Canada. Ryanair, however, placed an order for 151 brand new Boeing 737s straight from the factory. What advantage did that give them? First, they benefited from crisis level prices, which were 2 or even 3 times lower than usual. On top of that, because they ordered such a large number, they received an additional bulk discount. New aircraft naturally require less maintenance, which is a huge cost saver. Repairs, especially at airports where an airline doesn't have a maintenance base, can be very expensive. Just flying in external mechanics can cost several thousand euros, not to mention the downtime. If a delay happens due to a mechanical issue, it can cascade through the schedule, even leading to flight cancellations worth 150,000 to 200,000 euros in losses. That's why the average fleet age at Ryanair, Wizz Air or easyJet is just a few years. Another point, low-cost carriers stick to a single aircraft type. Ryanair, for example, flies only Boeing 737s. This keeps training, crew scheduling and maintenance simple and cost efficient. Even seating is optimized. Seats don't recline. Why? Fewer repairs, faster cleaning and turnaround and less wear and tear. Some carriers even remove the seat back pockets. Unlike legacy airlines such as Lufthansa or Croatia Airlines, low-cost carriers don't include free meals, drinks or other extras. Sometimes they even sell scratch cards on board. Checked baggage isn't transferred automatically on connecting flights either. You'll have to pick it up and recheck it yourself. The experience is stripped down to the basics. Sit down, buckle up, take off and land at your destination. So where do they make their money? Extras, cabin baggage, 30 euros. A bottle of water, 5 euros. Priority boarding, 15 euros. Choosing a seat, 10 to 30 euros. This is the business model. The base fare, the 7 euros 99 or 9 euros 99 you see advertised, is just a small part of the story. All taxes and mandatory fees are calculated on that base fare only. Everything else, the extras, go straight to the airline's pocket. More than 50% of low-cost airlines' revenue comes from these add-ons. Operational efficiency is another key. Aircraft are most expensive when they're on the ground. That's why low-cost airlines minimize turnaround times, typically just 25 to 30 minutes. Planes can fly 12 to 14 hours a day. They also use secondary airports, which charge significantly lower fees than major hubs. For example, instead of Paris Charles de Gaulle, you land at Paris Beauvais, an airport so far away that it's not even in the same region as Paris. All this leads to compromises. Yes, you can get to your destination for 10 euros, but add a checked bag for 30 euros, a seat for 15 euros, and maybe some water on board, and your total quickly climbs to 60 euros or more. Still cheaper than many legacy carriers, but with some trade offs. Flights may arrive at inconvenient times. Secondary airports may be far from city centers, and for families or taller passengers, the experience can be uncomfortable. But for those willing to accept the compromise, low cost flying has completely changed travel. Thanks to airlines like Ryanair, Wizz Air, and easyJet, flying is no longer a luxury reserved for the wealthy. Millions of people can now explore destinations across Europe and beyond at prices that would have been unthinkable 2 decades ago. Low cost airlines aren't magic, they're a product of extreme efficiency, cost cutting, and smart business strategy. Europe is where the true low cost revolution happened. In the US, low cost carriers are often only 20 to 30% cheaper than legacy airlines, but in Europe, I've personally seen fares that are 30 to 40 times cheaper. So, yes, sometimes it feels like they're nickel and diming you for baggage or water. Sometimes it feels like they're nickel and diming you for baggage or water, but the truth is they've revolutionized air travel, making it accessible to ordinary people everywhere. And that's how we've reached the end of today's video.